Hey guys, what's up? This is Eric with Jim Andes. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about natural anchors because I was reading a post on the American Alpine Institute blog, and it reminded me of something that's basically information we all know, but it's so common to us and we use them so much that sometimes we just forget about them. It's interesting because I found that throughout my life as a kid, even as an adult, I end up using natural anchors for a lot of things, even when it's not involving anything to do with outdoor sports. But even in the outdoor sports area, we use natural anchors for just our hands sometimes, which is grabbing a tree to help us up on some kind of steep bank or something like that as well. And then, of course, tying rope too for rappelling and climbing to hold us. So they're truly important, but at times, depending on where we're accustomed to climbing or where we're accustomed to hiking, mountaineering, whatever it may be that you're doing, you get used to using a specific kind of natural anchor. And because we're humans and our natural instinct is to use that what we know, sometimes we may overlook a good natural anchor that could be even more secure. So it's just always good to kind of go back over that information, make sure that we have it clear in mind that we're focusing on good things, so that when we're out and about, we're alert and we can make good decisions. Here and in many places, it's really important, especially here in the 10th region of Chile, because here there are a lot of temperate rainforest, and when you start getting into certain seasons of the year, especially the winter time when it's raining a lot, more than normal, you get into a situation where sometimes you may have landslides or mudslides. And that's important to think about too when you're using a natural anchor, because not only are you worried about whether the ground will give out under it at that time, but in the summertime when you're climbing and it's not raining as much, it's a good idea to kind of test out all your anchors before you use them, just because you never know how long it's been there. It could be a boulder that looks stable, but it's really not. It had just been moved to that portion maybe a few months earlier, and it's just waiting for some leverage or some weight to pull it over. So that's always something that you want to be concerned about and consider. Also, because of some of these landslides, some of these trees that have grown, they grow on top of other rock, and so they look stable, but they're really not. So I really suggest you guys stop by the link that's in the post with this so that you can go over to the American Alpine Institute and check out their post on natural anchors. Not only that, but they have a lot of good information that's applicable to any circumstance, no matter where you're going to go climb or go mountaineering. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up for you guys today so that you'd have it present in mind, because one of the things about humans is that we get accustomed to things, or sometimes it's so common to us that we don't even really think about it, especially when we're excited, we're happy, or we're in a nervous conditions because we're trying to do something that's important, and like in a situation where there may be an accident or something like that. So you want to keep that in mind. Plus, when you're mountaineering, as you guys know, or when you're climbing, especially in some of the more remote areas, you may not have access to a hospital that's real easy. Even for instance, here, if you're in Pueblo or in Cochumo, a hospital is quite a distance from where you're going to be. There are some small consultorios and stuff, which I'll go into later, which are areas where you can go and they can help you out, but it's a small clinic and it's generally not very equipped. So you're talking about 2 to 3 hours from the road of Cochumo or Pueblo to get to a hospital in Puerto Montt by car. And if you're further out in the mountains, then you're talking about quite a distance, or quite a time frame more to get to a hospital. So using natural anchors that are solid and sound, as well as always using equipment, checking your equipment before you go out, making sure your ropes aren't frayed, your harness is solid, it's not frayed, because those things are what are going to really keep you safe out there climbing. And even though I don't know each and every one of you guys, that's really important to me, because I always hate to read articles or hate to read on posts where somebody has been injured or died from an accident, whether or not they were completely geared up or not. It's just sad. So I hope you guys are out there climbing safe and hiking safe and things like that, and I hope that you can stop by and see that article on natural anchors so that you can continue to have fresh in your mind what's the best options when you're out and about climbing using natural anchors. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.